In the United States, black women are 3 times more likely to die in childbirth than a white woman. This is not a supernatural horror story, this is a real one. A black woman and her husband are about to bring their first child into the world. Weeks before she gives birth, she begins to have terrible nightmares. Doctors taking her baby, her own body failing on her on the table. She confides in her husband, who loves her and tells her there's nothing to worry about. And she wants to believe him. But when the time comes, the nightmares follow her to the delivery room. She panics. The doctors are cold. Her pain goes unacknowledged, her epidural never administered. Her birth is gory, unmedicated, and alone in the worst way, surrounded by people who simply don't care. Once her baby is born, it is taken from the room without explanation. No one tells them where, and no one tells them why. Her husband is frozen, terrified to leave his wife's side as she bleeds, drifting in and out of consciousness, and terrified of what might be happening to their child somewhere down the hall. That is a movie I would write if I was an independent filmmaker. And I feel streaming services would block this movie because they are more focused on pushing content that people are interested in, recreating it, and selling the same content just in a different font. A story like this one would be considered unmarketable or too niche, when in reality, thousands of black and brown women can relate to a story like this one. Black maternal mortality affects a massive, documented, and passionate community that is eager to hear their own story told. Oscar Michaud is an example to all that regardless of how many times you were told no, you can create your own yes. Black stories have been overlooked forever. And thanks to social media, I wouldn't have to work as hard as Oscar Michaud to promote this film. I could start promotion pages across different platforms and sell tickets on sites like Eventbrite or Posh. I could even build hype around the movie by releasing trailers or movie posters. When thinking of in terms of revenue, I want to reference Melvin Van Peebles, who didn't wait for Hollywood to fund Sweet Sweetback's badass song. He financed it himself and he kept every dollar he earned. The lesson here is ownership is the strategy. The campaign could get started on GoFundMe or Kickstarter, allowing black and brown women, especially those affected by maternal mortality, to become a part of something bigger than themselves in order for their story to be told. Independent filmmaking is more important than ever right now. In a world where everything is on fire, a sequel or starring Sydney Sweeney, a story that represents a marginalized community, is what we need. It may not be an Academy Award winner or even a Sundance one, but it will be true. And right now, the truth is the most radical thing a filmmaker can offer.
Good night.